There's another red.
Fur Life is proudly sponsored by Uncle Freddy's Gut Glove, The Buck Cage, Comstock Custom Cages, Dusk to Dawn Bow Fishing, Mountain View Guide Service, The Stealth Screen, The Raptor Razor, Night Owl Lures, Wolf Creek Products, J3 Outdoors, PCS Outdoors, Lennon Lures.
Hello, welcome to Fur Life. My name is Brian Flowers. This week on this episode, we're going to be out in southeastern Pennsylvania trapping canines with Johnny Crawford. He lives down there, so this is actually Johnny's line. So, you'll see a lot of Johnny because he does my editing and stuff like that. Really good photographer. So we're on the line right now, and I just got a couple hours left until daylight. So we're gonna finish setting this this new piece of property I have here, and they got a bad beaver problem. So we're gonna get back at it, and I hope you enjoy it.
All right, Brian, it's a really windy, chilly morning here in southeast PA, and we got first fox, first catch. First stop. Last night the temperature went down almost 30 degrees in one shot, and so foxes moved yesterday. We only had one fox, but here today, first place we got, we beat that. So why don't you tell us about this location, what you think of it?
Well, basically you got the logging or the road here.
Tractor path, yeah.
Right, yeah, tractor path with a crop change right here in the corner. I mean, you have corn on this side, corn on that side with the. I guess that would be...
It's alfalfa, yeah.
Alfalfa. Yeah, I mean, perfect spot. You can see it as we are to the farms.
Yeah.
Left and right of us.
The way we run here is we can check that trap from right there. I seen that fox and we came right in off the road.
Yep.
Yep. So hopefully I'm pretty sure this cold front we had, which was a major front, will kick them into gear. Yeah. This is the third one here for me, and we're going to get this guy taken care of and get some more traps checked. So, yeah, it's a good start to the day.
That's great.
Yep. All right, Brian, so we're here on my line here in the River Hills, and we want to show a couple different things here. We've been targeting coyotes, and we did catch one. Me and the boy caught one. Let's look at the location here. We're on a crop change, and there's a big brush pile here, and there's also a ditch. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a low spot in land here. It comes up out of the woods and comes up here. Everything points up here. And of course, we're always on wind direction, so the wind is coming from this way primarily from the northwest. So that's why I have the traps on the upwind side. We've got a problem here, and we pulled up here and we thought maybe we had a coyote that got away. We've got a catch circle and a trap that's gone. And we had to sit and...
Yeah, the earth anchor's still...
Earth anchor's still there. We had to sit and think about this, because the first thought, kind of got paranoid that maybe a coyote got in there and got out, but the catch circle's not big enough for a coyote. If we notice that. See, I had that number 3, and the number 3 with the chain would be out about, a foot.
Yeah, well, it'd be out to there, right.
Right.
And then that coyote would be out here.
Yeah, way out. So probably this is a fox that got stolen. Because I'm sure that it didn't get off. I mean, you can actually see the earth anchor there, the loop. So that was probably somebody decided to help themselves to that. But sometimes when you have situations like this, you need to just kind of stop and think, where maybe you went wrong or what actually happened before you make accusations or whatever else. You definitely don't want an animal to be out there with a trap on its foot.
No, that's for sure.
Okay, so anyway, we're in the River Hills. We got 2 more places to go. We got the boy with us, and hopefully we're going to get a coyote. We're pulling here because there's some bad weather coming. But yeah, we're in the River Hills in southern Lancaster County.
And we usually snap off traps for deer season anyway. Deer season's
Deer season's coming up. Yeah.
Don't want to ruin anybody's hunt, so
yeah,
they'll take 2 weeks off and come
yeah.
back.
So yeah, we wanted to share this spot. These brush piles here, I always tend to set them.
Ideal.
Yeah, ideal. And sometimes I stay away from them because of the, possums or skunks or whatever. But in a situation like this was the best location. But the thing that I really like about it is that the low spot actually comes up here, and it actually continues. If you look, I'm gonna turn around this way. It really just runs right through there, and they do like to run those little ditches.
Whales. Yeah.
Yep, little fingers. So, well, I guess we'll keep on the line.
Yeah, let's go. Well, here we are at this location here. We're on top of the knob. It's like a 4-way intersection where these fields come in, the logging road. You can see the long running barrier we have in the background there is that river. The fox and coyotes will not cross that river. It's so long, it's so wide across there, and unless it freezes, and it very rarely freezes completely. What we had here is a couple sets. We got a coyote here the other day. Nothing here today, but as you can see, it's just a great area. I mean, you can see this swale in the back, and just the way it's set up, it's just a perfect area. Just unfortunately, we didn't get nothing here just today, but we will get something in the near future, and we're gonna check these out and then go on to the next one. How you doing? He's got nice fur too. What do you think, buddy? Huh? Said I just made a scent post right here by that corn. I had a few rows of standing corn here just to feed the deer, and a lot of deer sign back here, a lot of tracks. So I just made a scent post there and caught his attention. Yeah, up above here, there's the other one, but seeing it bouncing around, it's just starting to get daylight now. Looks to be a raccoon, so that's all right. Get some skinning to do. Nice big, nice fox. Well, John, here we are at one of your spots.
Yep.
What would you tell us a little bit about what you look for here?
Well, we're here in Southeast PA. I've been producing your video for you, and it's been a real treat. And I'm in what they call the last fox stronghold in the U.S. It would be like PA, Maryland, Virginia, Delaware. And So we're in southern Lancaster County where I live, and this is a spot I've trapped for, I guess about 25 years. Between myself and the legendary Phil Brown, we've probably taken somewhere between 500 and 800 foxes off of this farm in the past 25 years. Him probably taking a few more than me. What we're going to talk about today is dispersal locations. And this is something I discovered as being an O'Gorman student and also a student of a couple other top trappers. In the West, the drainages are quite profound, and the fox and coyote, when they have their pups, mom always takes them to the staple of life, which would be, what's the staple of life? Water.
Yeah.
So mom takes them to water, and out there everything is so dry in the West that, and the drainages are so profound that when they have when the pups leave the den, they hop on those drainages and they follow them like highways. The same thing happens here in Southeast PA, only it's not near as profound. What I discovered is that the foxes will travel the drainages, and the longer the drainage, the more access to animals you have, because let's say there's a litter every 2 miles and you have a 20-mile drainage, okay? That means you have access to 10 litters, and they're traveling on that almost like a highway. Now, some would probably say that, you know, this is BS, but guys like Bud Hall, he would trap out there on some of the creeks. Those creeks are out there. They run 50 or 60 miles in Iowa, and he would trap at the head of it. If you could just picture like the map, my fist is where the drainage begins. Starts as a spring, little trickles, and it runs down. Every litter along that is running up through there, and he had the farms especially at the head. The head of the drainage is the critical point, and he was taking, he was 1,000 a year fox man, and he would take sometimes 40, 50, 60 foxes on 3 or 4 farms, because everything was converging right at that spot. This is what a lot of guys don't get. So, brings us back to here. What we have here is the head of a drainage. If you look, you can zoom in just a little bit. Right down here where these fence posts are is basically where the land starts to form a ditch, and it was partially made by the farmer, but it actually is a natural part of the land, and it goes down and it crosses a road. And if you look down there far enough beyond that house, it goes down there across the road. That finger turns into a little trickle, and that actually leads to a creek. That creek runs for 20 miles. So what happens is the foxes are traveling along that creek. They can't cross it because it's 50 yards wide. It's actually a river. We call it a creek, but it's basically a river. They won't cross it in the wintertime. So what they do is when they come up to that finger that shoots off, they'll follow it. They follow it right up to here. My traps are normally right down there, 2 of them right at the corner. And then Phil Brown would set 2 here, and we trap this farm together. If I miss a fox, they come here. Now, this isn't to say that a fox can't wander in off the back side, because, you know, they just kind of go wherever they want. But their main travel routes are drainages and creeks and rivers. This is something that we've talked about a number of different times. We've kind of shared philosophies and stuff. And you see those blockages where you're at.
Well, that's where I trap is like we have the Susquehanna River, basically, and that's just the long running barrier that I trap. Yeah. And we just have fields in between. We don't have necessarily this type of mountainside.
Well, they'll also follow ridges too, like Russ Carmen's big on them following ridges where he's at. Like the whole top of a mountain, they'll actually run that. Any natural